So let's go and start at the time estimation. Where does the time come from? One of the big trends in time estimation right now is video-based time estimation. In the olden days, we used to do stopwatches, or we used to time it on palm handheld devices, little Palm Pilots that we took out to the floor. And that allowed us to define time. Sometimes we also use something called a predetermined time system. It's like a language of work, or if you're a machinist, call it a CAM file for the human, a computer-aided machining file for the human. But it's a series of codes or instructions that basically say, I'm picking up the part, I'm setting down the part, I'm walking with the part. And we have standardized times for those elements of work, and if we string them all together to define a task, we can also come up with time. So whether I'm doing a predetermined time using this language of work, whether I'm using a stopwatch type mechanism, the point is that the video is a great basis to start from for both of those activities, because I can come back to that video then 6 months from now, a year from now, and I can see exactly what was being performed by that operator, who was then studied by the engineer. And of course, the engineer made the determination of how long the task would take. But now I actually have the original video, the original work that engineer looked at. And that's something that's really missing without video-based time estimation. And of course, one of the big instigators for people to recreate all these time standards every time the process changes, or every time the engineers sometimes change on that process. So I want to really highlight the fact that from now on, the video really is the center point of the data collection of a task. Now, of course, if the task has never been performed before, either a mock-up video can be created by the engineering staff of how the task is to be performed, possibly during the pilot production process. Or it's also possible that they'll just do a predetermined study, give it a time, and then come back later after the task has been performed and validate or benchmark that predetermined or language-based time study to the video that was created. The other nice thing about the video is the downstream use. That is the ability to link then those video segments of those activities to the work instructions, so that the operators who go do the work can watch a video of the work before they're required to go do it. It's great for training, and it's also good to have quickly available to an operator who may be asked to perform a task that they performed a long time ago, but want to just make sure that they're performing the task in the best way. So can't say enough the importance today of using digital video. It's very cheap, it's very value-oriented to the process planning technique, and of course most modern process engineering systems allow you to incorporate that video directly into the time study tools and do takeoffs of tasks and elements in the video to construct the overall time of the process. Now that we have